Hey, 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 Grand Rising. Welcome to Mushroom Coffee Time with Miss Annette. I love this cup. How y'all feeling this morning? We are almost there. It is Thursday. Man, this week is flying by. Uh, yeah, it's flying by. The traffic is back in full effect with the kids back in school. I have been seeing those trendy reels where the parents are playing the music with the kids to get up out the bed. Oh my God, that thing is hilarious for them to get up and go to school. Everybody couldn't wait for them 2 weeks to be up. That was a long 2 weeks. So we are back in full effect here at Kids R Us as well, with all the babies coming in every day on schedule, on time. So yeah, Thursday. Monday, y'all heard me singing a different song. I can't wait to see my babies. Thursday, I'm like, yeah, it's break time. It's break time. Need a little release here. But it's all good. It's all love. Whew. Been consistently on my flow. So I don't know if, when was it? I think, I know it was last month. Last month, after the event, the parent happy hour event, I started a sour sop, um, sour sop and bitters detox. And I have one shot to take this morning and then I'll be done. So it wasn't even 30 days, but I have a second bottle I'm going to start on as well. Um, but I have really felt a difference with that. Taking that every day, twice a day, 2 tablespoons in the morning, and then 2 at night. And it's been giving me a lot of energy. Um, I don't feel as bloated because I had what do you call that thing? Gallbladder years ago. So that happens to me often. Like TMI, I'm not gonna get into too much, but yeah. And then I started this other regimen, and taking the coconut oil. I do the oil pulling occasionally, but the coconut oil, tablespoon of it has to be unrefined and virgin or unrefined. And I put a little bit of turmeric in, like a half a teaspoon of turmeric in the coconut oil. And I add my moringa powder in there as well, mix it up. I've been taking that in the morning as well. And it's been doing wonders for my skin. So yeah, those are two little tips. I just gave y'all some gems now. Y'all better use them. But it's gym day. Back out today. Yesterday was amazing. It wasn't too cool out. So I did a nice 5-mile walk. I walked from my gym down to uh, another area. And then I just come back and did some floor work. So today it'll be weights. Do a little rotation. So yeah, I'm excited for the day as always. And what I wanted to kind of discuss today is lived experiences as a family child care educator. We it's not just about the policies or the training or the certifications. I'm talking about real life experiences, what we do on um, a day to day, our expertise. A lot of family child care educators and educators in general have had a few um, tough seasons the last few years, personally, professionally, emotionally, the financial stress, burdens, burnout, lack of support, feeling invisible, feeling judged, not feeling respected, feeling like we do so much on our own. And speaking for myself, those are some heavy moments. When because this is something that you're really passionate about, you actually having second thoughts on whether or not this is the path you really should be taking. You know, we take care of children, and at times, the people who make the rules make us feel like it's a punishment, you know, and not really seeing the beauty and the quality and the work that we do on a day to day. So sometimes I wish they could come in from a different lens, you know, when they come in with their tools to perform the inspection or um, the class, you know, whatever it is that you're coming in to look at. You know, very seldom do you hear them give a compliment about, you know, the order of your um your uh your files, or you know, your classroom setup, or you know how, you know, the children are interacting or engaging in play or activities. You know, it's crazy how we always go right to what we're not doing or what we could be doing better. And I know we all have a practice or a job to do. You know, I get that, but it's not what you do; it's how you do what you do. So anyway, like I said, those were some tough moments to kind of, you know, push through. And for me, I didn't ignore the experiences. I used them as a blueprint. You know, there were times when, like I said, I felt discouraged, and I realized I had to take a step back. You know, regroup and you know re-strategize. You know how I wanted to move forward without being responsive and reactive. Right? You can be responsive, but how you respond, and trying to recognize the signs of burnout beforehand. You know, so if I feel like I'm getting heavy, you know, things are getting to be a little bit too much, I know how to reel it back now. You know, I'm not gonna continue to push into the point where it can affect my mental wellness, physical well-being. Yeah, it's not worth it. Um, and you know, I think lived experiences doesn't mean that you know you have all the answers, or you know, um, anything like that. I think it just means you bring, like I said, more empathy. You know, I think that our society has lost that somewhere. You know, too much of the scrolling and not really attentively paying attention to conversations and feelings and what's happening. You know, and I'm not saying that your feelings have to be a part of everything, you know, but that's how we connect as humans, right? We feel. So in 2026, shifting the narrative. Let's shift the narrative. We're moving away from, you know, the power through culture to being more sustainable and authentic. What y'all think about that? Take a sip of my coffee. Oh, this is so good. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all know I got the maca powder in there, a little cinnamon, I don't, it's not cocoa, 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 I can't pronounce it. So I always say cocoa powder. Mm. Right. So, like I said, being more authentic, recognizing that, you know, our stories, our lived experiences, our work, um, it matters. And the only way we can implement change in how we are viewed as family childcare educators, educators in general, is to collectively speak up. There are educators in different states, different places in the world who are really making impactful changes by collectively coming together and speaking up on the issues and the things that matter, or the things that are impacting them as a whole. And the only way to move those pieces is to get together as a collective, talk about it, and then be about the work. We can't just sit around and talk about it and hold on to it, because then nothing happens. And this is when the burnout, this is when all those emotions and everything start to build up, and it impacts us personally, individually. So we're really not making any difference. I love to hear about the things that are happening if they're not impacting me directly, but man, I really need to get it out there that we have to get it, talk about it, write it down, and get the information to the people who are making the changes and not really understand how it's impacting us as a whole. So that's what I want us to really reflect on, is lived experiences and how we can push change for those experiences that are not feeling good to us right now, or not making sense to us right now, or really negatively impacting how we operate. And the ultimate goal is to ensure that the children that we are serving are having the best experiences, right? And is it more training that educators need? Of course, we could never have enough training, right? And when I say training, I mean, we boots on the ground already. We working with the kids every day, right? So when you talk about action and you talk about book smart or education, when you come in with these tools in order to help us navigate and work with the children, understanding how they process, that's something different. And we do that. But again, we're connecting. We have built relationships with these children and their families. So now we have to bring it full circle to get the legislators to understand that it should not be a rigid process. Yes, we want the children safe, but we also want them happy. So I'm going to get off my little rant this morning. But I just felt like it was something that was that needed to be said. So I am heading out today. Like I said, I'm going to go do some weights, and that's it. Get back and get my day started. So y'all have a wonderful day. If you have anything going on yet, but we will. So y'all got to stay tuned. YouTube, Annette05 for the best practices unveiled. We're going to have, so yeah, we do got some stuff going on. We're going to have some new podcast guests coming on really soon. Again, getting that new season started. We are a year in now. So I am so happy about that. And I'm still here. And yeah, just stay tuned. Think about what I shared as an educator, or even if you're not an educator, wherever you are, and whatever it is that you do, move through with purpose. You'll have a wonderful day and keep evolving. Peace.